The entertainment world has always been a stage where drama unfolds in unexpected ways, but recently, the spotlight turned toward an explosive situation involving two of Hollywood's most prominent figures, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. What started as a seemingly innocuous disagreement quickly spiraled into a legal battleground, with both sides unleashing statements so charged that they left fans and industry insiders alike questioning everything they thought they knew about these stars. At the center of it all stood their respective lawyers, armed with words sharper than any scriptwriter could dream up, ready to defend their clients' reputations at all costs. Justin Baldoni, best known for his role as Rafael Solano on Jane the Virgin, and his work as a director and producer, had cultivated a reputation as one of Hollywood's nice guys. His advocacy for emotional intelligence and vulnerability in men made him a beloved figure among fans who admired his authenticity. On the other hand, Blake Lively, the effortlessly chic star of films like Gossip Girl and A Simple Favor, had long been celebrated not just for her acting chops but also for her wit and unapologetic confidence. These two icons seemed worlds apart, yet their paths crossed in a way that no one saw coming. The controversy began brewing when rumors surfaced about alleged comments Blake Lively made during a private event, a gathering meant to celebrate female empowerment in the industry. According to sources close to Baldoni, Lively reportedly criticized his approach to masculinity, labeling it as performative and insincere. While such remarks might have gone unnoticed in casual conversation, they hit a nerve with Baldoni, who felt personally attacked and professionally undermined by someone he once considered part of the same progressive movement. What followed was nothing short of cinematic chaos. Lawyers from both camps wasted no time diving headfirst into the fray, issuing press releases and making appearances on talk shows to defend their clients while simultaneously tearing down the opposition. The language used in their statements ranged from biting sarcasm to outright accusations, painting a picture of two titans locked in a battle over principles, egos, and perhaps even deeper grievances buried beneath years of polite smiles and red carpet pleasantries. For Baldoni, this wasn't just about defending his public image. It was about protecting the integrity of the message he'd spent years building, a message centered around breaking toxic stereotypes and encouraging men to embrace vulnerability. Meanwhile, Lively's team framed the dispute as a matter of artistic freedom and personal expression, arguing that her opinions were being misinterpreted or deliberately twisted to serve a narrative she didn't create. As tensions escalated, the media circus surrounding them grew louder, drawing in everyone from gossip columnists to late-night comedians eager to weigh in on the spectacle unfolding before their eyes. But behind the headlines and soundbites lay a tangled web of motivations, alliances, and grudges that hinted at something far more complex than either side cared to admit publicly. Was this merely a clash of ideologies, or did it stem from deeper animosities rooted in past interactions? Did professional jealousy play a role, given Baldoni's rising profile as both an actor and filmmaker? And why now, after years of coexisting in the same industry, did this particular moment serve as the tipping point? These questions lingered in the air, unanswered but impossible to ignore, as the saga continued to unfold with each new revelation. As the dust settled, or rather refused to settle, the stakes became clear. This wasn't just about Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively. It was about the broader cultural conversation swirling around gender dynamics, authenticity, and accountability in Hollywood. Every word uttered by their lawyers carried weight. Every accusation leveled against the other reverberated through social media feeds, and every defense offered sparked heated debates across living rooms and office water coolers alike. It was a story tailor-made for our times, blending elements of high-stakes drama, moral ambiguity, and the ever-present question of whether fame truly changes people or simply reveals who they've been all along. At the heart of the escalating feud between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively lies a series of increasingly inflammatory statements made by their respective legal teams, each designed to outmaneuver the other in what has become a masterclass in verbal warfare. Kicking things off was Baldoni's attorney, famed litigator Samantha Greer, whose opening salvo set the tone for the entire debacle. In a scathing statement released to the press, Greer accused Lively of engaging in a calculated campaign to undermine Mr. Baldoni's credibility and tarnish his legacy. She went on to describe Lively's alleged comments about Baldoni's advocacy work as reckless and baseless, suggesting that her client's efforts to promote healthier forms of masculinity were being unfairly maligned by someone who should know better. Greer's choice of words was deliberate, painting Baldoni as the victim of a targeted attack while positioning Lively as reckless and vindictive. But what truly caught everyone's attention was her assertion that Lively's criticism amounted to nothing more than professional jealousy masked as ideological disagreement. This claim struck a nerve, particularly among those familiar with Baldoni's meteoric rise in recent years, from his breakout role on Jane the Virgin to his critically acclaimed directorial debut with Clouds, which earned him widespread acclaim. By framing the conflict this way, Greer effectively shifted the narrative from a simple difference of opinion to a full-blown character assassination attempt, forcing Lively's camp to respond swiftly and decisively. And respond they did. Enter Henry Caldwell, Lively's longtime lawyer and a seasoned veteran of Hollywood's dirtiest battles. Known for his razor-sharp tongue and penchant for theatrical flair, Caldwell wasted no time dismantling Greer's arguments piece by piece. During an impassioned appearance on Good Morning America, Caldwell dismissed Greer's claims as nothing more than desperate attempts to deflect from the real issue here. Pointing fingers squarely back at Baldoni, he argued that Baldoni's public persona as a champion of emotional intelligence was little more than a carefully curated facade, accusing him of exploiting vulnerable topics for personal gain. "If my client called out Mr. Baldoni for anything," Caldwell declared, "it was for peddling half-truths under the guise of progressivism." Caldwell's counterattack didn't stop there. In a move that sent shockwaves through the industry, he produced emails allegedly exchanged between Baldoni and several industry executives, purportedly showing how Baldoni leveraged his advocacy platform to secure lucrative deals and favorable treatment. Though the authenticity of these documents remains hotly contested, their mere existence added fuel to the fire, giving credence to Caldwell's argument that Baldoni's motives weren't entirely altruistic. The implication was clear: if Baldoni wanted to be taken seriously as a voice for change, he needed to prove his sincerity beyond polished Instagram posts and motivational speeches. Meanwhile, Greer fired back with equal ferocity, accusing Caldwell of orchestrating a smear campaign aimed at discrediting her client. In a fiery interview with Entertainment Tonight, she slammed the release of the emails as a transparent attempt to distract from Ms. Lively's own hypocrisy. Greer pointed out that Lively herself had built much of her career on portraying strong, independent women, only to allegedly turn around and criticize a man attempting to do the same within his sphere of influence. "This isn't about ideology," Greer insisted. "It's about ego. About someone feeling threatened by another's success and lashing out because they can't handle it." The war of words reached fever pitch when both lawyers took to social media, using platforms like Twitter and Instagram to broadcast their grievances directly to the public. Greer posted a thread dissecting Caldwell's arguments point by point, interspersed with memes mocking his courtroom theatrics, while Caldwell responded with a series of cryptic tweets hinting at more revelations to come. Fans eagerly devoured every update, turning hashtags like Baldoni's Lively and Hollywood drama into trending topics overnight. Amidst the chaos, one thing became abundantly clear: neither side was willing to back down, setting the stage for what promised to be a protracted and deeply personal legal battle. Behind closed doors, however, whispers began circulating about the true nature of this feud. Some speculated that the animosity stemmed from a botched collaboration opportunity years ago, while others suggested lingering resentment over a mutual acquaintance who had sided with one party over the other. Whatever the case, it was evident that this confrontation was about far more than ideological differences. It was a clash of egos, ambitions and unresolved grievances playing out on the grandest stage imaginable. The ripple effects of this explosive feud spread far beyond the confines of courtrooms and legal briefings, sending shockwaves through the tightly knit fabric of Hollywood relationships and reshaping perceptions of both Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Industry veterans, accustomed to navigating the delicate balance of alliances and rivalries, found themselves walking on eggshells as the drama unfolded. Studio executives hesitated to greenlight projects involving either star, fearing the potential fallout from associating too closely with one side of the conflict. Meanwhile, agents and managers scrambled to recalibrate their strategies, knowing full well that taking a stance, either overtly or implicitly, could make or break careers in an environment where loyalty was currency and neutrality often equated to invisibility. Social media platforms became virtual battlegrounds, with fans and critics alike dissecting every detail of the feud with fervent intensity. Hashtags related to the controversy dominated trending lists for weeks, sparking heated debates across comment sections and forums. Memes mocking the situation proliferated, ranging from satirical takes on their respective lawyers' antics, to exaggerated portrayals of the alleged ideological divide between Baldoni and Lively. For many casual observers, the spectacle served as a reminder of the absurdity of celebrity culture, where even the slightest perceived slight could spiral into a nationwide obsession. Yet for others, particularly those invested in the broader conversations about gender dynamics and authenticity in Hollywood, the feud represented something deeper, a microcosm of larger societal tensions manifesting in the lives of two high-profile individuals. Inside the industry, reactions were predictably mixed but undeniably passionate. Colleagues of both Baldoni and Lively faced uncomfortable decisions about where to stand or whether to stand at all in the midst of the storm. Some actors and directors chose to distance themselves publicly, issuing carefully worded statements emphasizing respect for both parties while avoiding direct commentary on the substance of the dispute. Others, emboldened by the chaos, seized the opportunity to air their own grievances, either subtly siding with one party or using the moment to critique the systemic issues they believed fueled such conflicts. A few brave souls attempted to mediate, floating ideas for reconciliation behind the scenes, Though these efforts largely fell flat amid the relentless barrage of accusations and counter-accusations, the impact extended beyond interpersonal dynamics, influencing how audiences engaged with the work of both stars. Viewership numbers for Baldoni's projects dipped slightly as some fans expressed disillusionment with his perceived lack of transparency, while others rallied around him, viewing the controversy as evidence of a smear campaign orchestrated by jealous detractors. Similarly, Lively's upcoming film releases faced scrutiny, with early reviews tinged by references to the ongoing feud. Critics couldn't resist drawing parallels between her on-screen characters and the persona she projected in real life, leading to discussions about whether art imitates life or vice versa. Even brands associated with either star grew cautious, delaying endorsement deals and promotional campaigns until the dust settled, a testament to the unpredictable volatility of public opinion in the age of viral outrage. Perhaps most intriguing was the effect on younger generations of artists and creators, who watched the drama unfold with a mix of fascination and trepidation. Many aspiring actors and filmmakers viewed the feud as a cautionary tale about the perils of speaking out in an industry that thrives on manufactured personas and carefully controlled narratives. Conversations at industry events and workshops shifted noticeably, with participants debating the merits of vulnerability versus discretion when navigating the complexities of fame. For some, the saga reinforced the importance of maintaining privacy and cultivating a thick skin. For others, it underscored the need for greater accountability and honesty in an era where audiences demand authenticity from their idols. Yet amidst the chaos, a peculiar phenomenon emerged, a renewed interest in the very topics at the heart of the disagreement. Discussions about emotional intelligence, gender roles and the intersection of personal beliefs with professional ambition gained traction, not just within Hollywood circles, but among everyday people grappling with similar questions in their own lives. Podcasts, articles and panel discussions exploring these themes multiplied, driven partly by curiosity about the feud and partly by a genuine desire to understand the underlying issues it exposed. In a strange twist of fate, the very conflict that sought to discredit one party's advocacy inadvertently amplified the conversation, forcing society to confront uncomfortable truths about power, privilege and the evolving definitions of strength and vulnerability. As the dust begins to settle, or at least as the pace of daily updates slows down, it's becoming clear that the fallout from the Baldoni-Lively feud will leave lasting marks on both their careers and the entertainment landscape as a whole. Legal experts suggest that regardless of the outcome, the sheer scale of media attention generated by this dispute has cemented its place in pop culture history, serving as a case study for future conflicts involving celebrities and their public personas. The extensive documentation of every accusation, rebuttal and meme ensures that this saga will be analyzed and referenced for years to come, shaping how similar situations are handled moving forward. From a psychological perspective, the toll of this prolonged public battle cannot be overstated. Both Baldoni and Lively, despite their outward resilience, must contend with the emotional wear and tear of being at the center of such intense scrutiny. Therapists, specializing in working with high-profile clients, note that the constant barrage of opinions, whether supportive or critical, can lead to heightened anxiety, paranoia, and even identity crises as individuals struggle to reconcile their private selves with their public images. For Baldoni, whose advocacy work revolves around promoting mental health awareness, this experience may prompt a deeper exploration of his own vulnerabilities and coping mechanisms. Similarly, Lively's notoriously guarded nature might harden further, reinforcing barriers she's built over years of navigating the pressures of fame. The implications for Hollywood's broader culture of accountability are equally significant. This feud has highlighted the precarious balance between calling out perceived hypocrisy and engaging in character assassination, raising important questions about the ethics of public discourse in an age of instant communication. Industry leaders are already discussing potential reforms such as implementing stricter guidelines for addressing workplace disagreements, and fostering environments where constructive criticism doesn't devolve into personal attacks. Some are advocating for the creation of neutral third-party mediation services, specifically designed to handle disputes among high-profile figures, aiming to prevent future controversies from spiraling out of control. On a practical level, the financial ramifications of this feud are likely to influence decision-making processes across various sectors of the entertainment industry. Studios and production companies may become more cautious about casting actors embroiled in public controversies, weighing the risks of negative publicity against the benefits of star power. Endorsement deals and brand partnerships could see increased scrutiny, with marketers demanding more transparency about an individual's off-screen behavior before committing resources. Conversely, savvy publicists might find opportunities in controversy, leveraging the heightened visibility to rebrand or pivot their clients' careers in unexpected directions. Looking ahead, the trajectory of this feud suggests that its resolution, whether through legal settlement, mutual agreement or simple exhaustion, will carry lessons far beyond the immediate parties involved. Future generations of artists and entertainers will undoubtedly study this episode as a cautionary tale about the dangers of mixing personal convictions with professional ambition in an unforgiving spotlight. The evolving narrative around authenticity and vulnerability in Hollywood will continue to be shaped by the outcomes of this dispute, potentially paving the way for more nuanced conversations about what it means to be human in an industry obsessed with perfection. Whether viewed as a tragic misstep or a necessary reckoning, the Baldoni lively saga stands as a testament to the enduring complexity of human relationships and the challenges of navigating truth in a world built on illusion. Ultimately, the legacy of this feud will extend beyond headlines and hashtags, touching upon fundamental questions about justice, morality, and the pursuit of personal integrity in an environment where perception often trumps reality. As society continues to grapple with these issues, the echoes of this controversy will serve as both a mirror and a catalyst, challenging us to examine our biases, assumptions, and values in light of the stories we choose to believe and those we refuse to let go. The entertainment industry, forever a reflection of the times, finds itself at yet another crossroads, forced to decide whether to embrace the discomfort of change or retreat into familiar patterns of denial and deflection. Whatever path is chosen, one thing is certain: the drama of Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively will remain etched in collective memory, a vivid reminder of the power of words, the fragility of trust, and the indelible mark left by those brave enough or foolish enough to challenge the status quo.